the guru of Squad 00, is coming in, going in, and not coming to assassinate. No, I'm not doing an assassination, because the character I'm about to deal with is not great, is not even worthy of that title, is not even worthy of Merkin. No. This is a character that has been exposed, overexposed in both sense of the word, like no other character in history. This is a character that has so much hate, is so polarizing, has the most damage control by far that I can remember. When the fact that both Chaozu and Yamcha, which people, get on, have put in more work in their series. When even Zonge from Toriko has seemingly put in more work in his series, you have a problem. Consider the fact that this character is supposed to be one of the main characters in the series. Now, for me not to further delay, who are we talking about? Of course, we're talking about Haruno Sakura. Now, first, before I go in, I got to say a couple things. My position should be understood. Now, my position is quite simple, but not entirely superficial. Okay, simple, but not superficial. Well, actually, it's not superficial in the least. I say entirely because some would say I'm putting no piercing attack in on is what it is, depending on your perspective. My position is simple, but yet complex. Oh, see what I did there. It depends on how you take it. Once again, perspective. The character of Sakura, I can't stand. And it's not because I can't stand her, because for those who don't know, I love badass beastly females characters. I absolutely love them. It's part of the reason I love Kill la Kill as a series. It's part of the reason why I love Game of Thrones as a series. Daenerys Stormborn. Let me not go on. Let me not go off on these series. Toriko has some beastly female characters as well. One Piece. I can name the series. They have them. Of course, Magi the Labyrinth of Magic. The thing about it is, Sakura is so wasted potential. Kishimoto gave us his present. We unwrap it and it's nothing. When the creator disrespects you as a character, it's over. When the characters in the series don't even respect you, it's over. This latest chapter, beautiful example, I believe it was Naruto 678, where Sasuke just goes in. He just says you're irrelevant. Now he linked Kakashi into that as well, but that's a whole another subject. Sakura, you're irrelevant. You can do nothing. You're not even worthy of your attention being paid to. It's truly sad. It is truly sad. And this is supposed to be a main character, when the fact is you can't really even do what your role in the series is to do. Now, here's the second point. Okay? This is not a rant. This is just, I can't even, in this analysis of the character of Sakura, with Naruto, I presented five points as to my views on Naruto, which are predominantly negative toward him as a character. Okay? Some may disagree. Just go watch the video. Sasuke as a character, I presented 3 points. Sakura, I have no points to present. I have a simple discussion about the character of Sakura. That's just how it is. Because you could say, can you say RIP to a character that never really existed? Now, the character of Sakura existed, but not the character that she should have been. So can I say RIP to a character that never existed? I can't even burn her on a funeral pyre because that's about honor. I can't. I have mixed feelings. I'm put in this weird spot because I'm looking at the potential she should have. Phenomenal. And I'll get into that more so. But then I'll look at what's been presented and I'm just like, what is this? Kishimoto? What happened? What happened? From the beginning of the story. From the very beginning to this point, it's like, what is this? What is this? I mean, if you need an example of a character I love, female character that's my favorite character in the series, Toph from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Go check her out. My favorite character throughout that whole series. I mean, Toph, man. Toph was that. Oh my, yo, that young lady, like, you saw her. And it wasn't just she just was battle. People thinking, oh, it's just about battle. No. I mentioned Daenerys Storm. Like, they carry this presence. Okay? Just, for different reasons, different feminine presence. Sakura doesn't come with that feminine greatness. Mako and Shoko Mako. My favorite one in Kill La Kill. She had this. She was different, but she still had this powerful feminine not just presence, not aura, but just vibe, this attractive nature, and then came in with beastly, with confidence, could put in work, could do things, was pivotal to the series. Where's Sakura being pivotal at? How is she a focal point of the series instead of Kishimoto force feed? He even said he couldn't write her as a character. When the creator of the series said couldn't even write her as a character, you know I have a problem. I mean, you look at it. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning and how Sakura's presented. Okay, this shows you it's a faulty foundation. You could say, oh, it's better. No. Great characters always have a great foundation. That's just pure and simple. It's pure and simple. You can't get away from it. Now you can fix things along the way, but if you have a poor foundation, you're gonna have a poor character. It's just like if you have a poor foundation of a house, okay, or lack thereof. There's a biblical principle where the house on the rock versus the house on the sand. The house on the sand didn't have any stilts, just on the sand. And when the winds and waves came, it just, it blew it away and crushed it. While the house on the rock had a solid foundation. It had a sturdy, it was like a cat, not a castle, but it could survive. That's beautiful thing with characters. They're very simple to do this with. I've seen in my time many characters crash and burn. Now some characters, you go and it's like, wait, yo, how'd they fall off? Then you go back and look, and it's like, this point. And it's not like the character fell because of a flaw in the character, himself, herself. Like a tragic hero or something. It's a fall because inequality of the character, whether characterization or character development. Okay. Now, to the character of Sakura, how she's introduced, once again, she's introduced as two things. Like, she's the love interest of Naruto. Okay, fine, cool. And I'll present a character later on that wasn't, I presented some beastly female characters, but a character later on that had a femininity of a different sort that I still love as a character, because she filled a role pretty much perfectly. Okay, Sakura love interest. Okay, that's a classic, love interest of the protagonist. Nothing wrong with that. Usually, generally, those are secondary characters. But okay, if you want to put it as a main character, fine. Somewhat presented supposedly as independent. Okay, cool. I'm like, that's fine so far. But she has a mad crush on the deuteragonist, which is Uchiha Sasuke. Okay, so Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke, not only are they, conflicting ideologies, but they have this whole weird love triangle going on. Fine. Depends on how you take it. But the way it was taken, she didn't just have a crush. It's more of an obsession. An obsession? Now, when you deal with obsessive characters, you're dealing very dicey ground, very thin ice territory, because either the character will get too obsessed, overly obsessive, and it will make the character terrible, or the character's obsession will provide some whether it be moral dilemmas, whether it be or ethical dilemmas, possible dilemmas in decision making, problem solving, or where it will be having a major effect on the story. Well, guess what? None of this happened, Kishimoto. Kishimoto's like, no. Sakura's not good enough of a character to deserve, even though she was a main character, mind you that. She, one of the main four, because you have Uzumaki Naruto, you have Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno, Sakura, and you have Kakashi. Those are the four. That's the four, of the main cast, right? And even though she faced no No, you could say she kind of sort of faced a moral dilemma, but it was so downplayed because it was so extreme and obvious that Sasuke had no connection with her, so it became on the point of bad obsession. Okay. Then it got to the point where she even tried to manipulate Naruto's feelings because she knew he had feelings for her, so she's manipulating him. So once again, it's like, wait a second. For a dude that can't stand you, that hates you, and the point of wants to kill you, you're manipulating somebody that actually cares about you? Wait a second. Something's wrong with this character. The character's delusional, okay, at this point. And also, it didn't bring, for example, if the you've seen this, it's a classic example where the love interest kind of gets onto the person who's shunned, and it could have caused Sasuke to think. Sasuke didn't, in no way has Sasuke changed the way he thinks because of Sakura. So Sakura in that role as all this, the whole love interest, completely failed. Okay, that's number one. Number two, in her role as she was presented as very intelligent. Okay, there was the thing about Sakura is, well, two things. The third point I'll get to later about her skill set. But Sakura, as far as intelligence, you had Naruto, whose intelligence as a shinobi, as a ninja, which was just lacking. He had potential, but I'm not gonna get on not Sasuke. I'm not gonna get on Naruto, and as far as with the whole QB and the whole fate, destiny, all this nonsense. I'm not gonna get on that because him from a combat perspective sucks. He does know some strategy, but him from a combat, fighting perspective, he sucks as a fighter overall. Sasuke, on the other hand, was very strategic, very intelligent. So, the thing about Sakura, she was said to be intelligent. Naruto is OP. Okay, we have an OP character over here. You have Sasuke, who is very strategic in this kind of thing. For Sakura to be able, so you have these two dynamics. For Sakura to be intelligent, this is what she has to do. She has to be to the point where, Sasuke was also considered a genius as well, okay? So her intelligence needs to be to where she's not necessarily inventing new, but her skill level. That's what it should have been. Instead of saying her intelligence, because she was book smart, but she had that book smart didn't translate to anything. So that's just like saying you're a rocket scientist, but you can't make a basic decision on how to choose a cup of coffee versus a freaking cup of tea. I'm saying that may seem trivial. Let me extend that to the Naruto world. That's like saying you have an officer, okay? And I'll get to more of where she goes. Remember, she was a shinobi first. Before people trying to lynch me here, she's a shinobi first, right? Remember, okay? That's like saying an officer came out of college, whatever. Not knocking people who graduated from college and became officers, but that's like saying an officer who came out young blood is above veterans, okay? And or above people who have a higher skill, same thing, but they were enlisted men, right? This person comes in there and doesn't know, has this title, but can't lead, can't fight. The character is useless and actually a hindrance to the completion of the mission, okay? Whatever the mission might be, right? Defense, offense, whatever. You can use countless examples. In the case of Sakura, it was said that she was intelligent, but that intelligence has never translated to jack, for the most part. Whether it be her learning new jutsus, new types of jutsus. No, but here's the thing though. One of the things she could have done, since Sasuke was more of the, strategic blah blah blah, why didn't she learn various types of jutsus? I mean, also, because Naruto only knows pretty much wind jutsu. She should have learned fire, water, maybe I wouldn't say lightning, earth, possibly wind too. Who knows? Okay, fire, water, and earth. Since Sasuke, does Chidori with the lightning and everything, do Chiazo Defy. You know what I'm saying? She could have learned multiple things. I ain't saying she has to be a master, but she could have learned a few other things. She could have, or some crazy techniques, you know. I mean, you have Orochimaru as a scientist, and he knows a bunch of forbidden jutsus and junk like that. You feel me? We know he's powerful as mud, easily Kage level. Okay, so she could have learned stuff like that. Maybe she learned some hidden techniques. She could have figured out some hidden techniques that nobody ever even thought of. She could have pulled some Toby Ramen jazz. Okay, no, we didn't get none of that. We didn't get none of that. So her intelligence fails. Fail number 2. Oh, are we gonna go 3 strikes? Yes, we are. Because in the 3rd strike, and to finish this off with and this is what made me lose. I already said she was useless, and I clearly said she was completely useless when Naruto started handing out chakra like it was free water, like it was candy, okay, to different people in the Shinobi Alliance, and Sakura's healing as a Kanoishi, as a medical Shinobi, medical ninja, it pretty much was null and void. She was already useless before, but now she's completely useless. But not only that, talking about her as a medical. Let me begin with the greatest Kanoichi in history as far as we know, or at least to my knowledge, Tsunade. Okay. Tsunade puts in work. Tsunade has crazy techniques. And you can say, well, she's already, blah, blah, blah. But look at Naruto and Sasuke. Okay, look at Naruto and Sasuke. They above ridiculous amount. The power level skip, we're not even going to get in there. They're at where they're at. Sakura's nowhere near that. Tsunade could heal herself. She's not immortal, but she has some ridiculous abilities. Ridiculous. Almost hacks abilities, okay? She has the power shit. Her chakra control is amazing. To the point of where Sakura said about her chakra control. Okay? Now, I'm not saying she should be on the same level as them, but the fact that she's a main character, and this is what you made main characters, okay, Kishimoto? This is what he has done. So, in logic, she should be, since she's not there, whether no genjutsu and ninjutsu, she should be like Rock Lee, learning to be a taijutsu master, combine that with her chakra control. People say, well, she's made great leaps and bounds. Yeah, when have we really seen that? She should use chakra somehow to augment her speed, make her ridiculously fast and ridiculously powerful kicks and punches. First of all, taijutsu should be the predominant fighting style in the Naruto series, but that's a whole separate point. Regardless, since she can't compete at the level of ninjutsu to Sasuke and Naruto, she should at least be a taijutsu up there. But no, she's not. And also, since Rock Lee has not been elevated to that state as of yet, she should be on that level, or she should at least be Rock Lee's level. No, we don't get that. For all her phenomenal chakra control, for all of her, she should be able to heal herself. She should be able to do some techniques, and once again, new crazy techniques with her chakra control. Maybe, she should be able to her usage of chakra, for example, something like this. Like in Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic, where the magicians have the point of where slowing down their rate of molecular death, or whatever, where they could live a really long time. In the same sense, her chakra consumption, now she has limited, it should be to the point where she shouldn't even pretty much be using chakra. Like she should be pulling some Toriko status. Like her consumption, she should be able to have stamina for days upon days and upon days. She should have crazy attacks, crazy powerful attacks. I'm not saying she should be on Sasuke and Naruto level, but she should be somewhere near that. She's golf. There's a golf. So her chakra control is in question. She should be able to the point where she unlocks, say, I wouldn't say a third eye, but she unlocks some things as a Kanoishi, she should know the certain points where you live and die. So even though she might not be pulling out some Byakugan stuff, she may pull those things Byakugan-esque. Or why not? Why wasn't Hinata made the thing? Because she has to be Byakugan. I mean, I'm about to say, Kakashi got the Sharingan, why couldn't she get a Byakugan? I'm just saying though, something like come on, Kishimoto. So on all 3 points about this character, about her as a love interest, about her intelligence, and her chakra control / potential, all flawed. Sakura as a character just sucks. She's a bad character, a terrible character. It's not because of my hatred for Sakura, or disgust, I should say. I don't have a hatred, because hatred is actually reserved more tended for certain villains, I would think. I don't know, man. My views on hatred is complex. But anyways, yeah, you could say my disgust slash my hatred for Sakura. Yeah, my hatred, it's different ways in which I hate characters. But anyways, this specifically towards Sakura, to wrap this all up, right? My disgust for Sakura is because of her character. It's not because of Haruno Sakura herself, because I could care less. The character is meaningless to me. Especially as someone who's not a fan of the series. Now, for those who say, no. Look, once again, there are concepts, many concepts in Naruto which I thoroughly enjoy. The world in Naruto, which I thoroughly enjoy, which once again, wasted potential. Three characters, Gar, Rock Lee, and Uchiha Madara, are almost like Uchiha Sasuke and Orochimaru. Depends on how Kishimoto finishes the story out. So, it is what it is. But my thing with Sakura is she has so much potential. And once again, no sex. I'm definitely not sexy. Like, even though, cause I'm going, like I said, I'm going to present a character. I just remembered I am going to present a character that I do love. Even though generally, well, because most series I read are more male leads. There are more male leads. Although, in the series Revolution, who's my favorite character? Is Charlie still my favorite character? That's a really good question. I don't know if Charlie's still my favorite character in that series. And Black Sails, is it the female pirate that's my favorite character? I gotta think about some of these. But yeah, they're up there. I love some female characters. And one last point. I don't know where she ranks as far as my favorite characters in the series Holy Land. For those who know Holy Land, who have seen my reviews or whatever, or know the series, Aizawa Mai, Aizawa Masaki's sister, okay, his younger sister, and she's seen. If you know the series, you already know. But the thing about Mai, she's a leader. She was support. Now she was a supporting character, secondary character, right? But she's supportive, encouraging. She played a pivotal, an absolutely pivotal part of the plot towards the end, and I won't spoil it, but it was intense. I was like, no, because I started falling in love with the character, because the character was done properly. This is a female character, not the damsel in distress, but she was more in a world filled, and see, you needed this balance, you needed this comfort. Not only did you have another character that was a friend, but he, whatever about him, but she was, she wasn't about strength with her. She was strong, well, physical strength and whatnot. It was strength in other ways, emotional and mental, and just her view of, especially her connection with Kimishiro Yu, but also her connection with her brother. And then her connection to the world, holding the streets itself. She was respected for the most part. And then you had the connection later with the friends, and it became a web with the characters. So she became pivotal in the series, even as a secondary character. When I see characters like that, and then when I see a character like Sakura, who's a main character, and whose relevance to the plot, she's a hindrance, a roadblock, and an annoyance. It makes me not like the series, or at least have a massive disappointment with the series itself. Unexpected one. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on Sakura. A lot of people bash and hate her, but my reasons for disliking the character of Sakura is, as I've stated, it's a bunch of wasted potential. It's a bunch of poorly written characterization, little to no character development. In any character development she gets, it gets negated, or she'll take 2 steps forward, 5 steps backward, kind of things. So at the end of the day, she may start back again at square one, and it's just sad. It's absolutely, it's horrendous. Nonetheless, it's utterly horrendous. Alright, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace. Till next time.